With passion and compassion, I was very proud to stand today with my colleagues from across the nation to support the Voting Rights Advancement Act of 2019. I remember the devastation of people of certain colors and region not being able to vote. I remember the long line since I've been elected to public service, people having doors slammed in their face, polling places not open, their names being purged, people taken to jail, and people who bled in the past, like John Lewis, for the right to vote. Isn't it tragic that in the 21st century, in the state of Georgia, a governor that was Secretary of State running to be governor was presiding over his own election against his opponent and purged over 100,000 names, many of them African Americans. Isn't it sad that the vote ID in law in Texas was declared unconstitutional and that the Trump administration has now flipped the position that the Obama administration has taken and is now against supporting the advocates that the voter ID is long wrong, and it has seen the denial of the right to vote of citizen Hispanics, Latinos who were citizens who were denied the right to vote because of IDs and lack of places to get them. How shameful it is that young people have been prevented the right to vote. How shameful it is that the call by the opponents have been, let's stop election fraud, but let's not empower people to vote. Along with the legislation that I'll be subsequently introducing, we're going to fight to the very end to make sure that every American, regardless of where they've come from, will have the right to vote. This is not on color as much as it is denial. Stand with me. Let me hear from you that we want America to be able to vote unfettered citizens who have that right. And we will not characterize and demonize anyone because they are different and because we don't realize they are citizens. My heart goes out to this cause because for the last almost 2 decades, I've walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama. I've heard the stories. I've imagined the bloodshed that occurred. And I pray every day that America will be the beacon of light around the nation and around the world. This is the country that above all stands in the gap and is a barrier against the ills of denial of the right to vote and shines for all those nations who are now struggling to be a democracy and to allow people to vote and not keep them from voting. Stand with me.